Hello mọi người, this is Old Dad or Bố Già. Today I'm starting a new series. It's called Where Are They Now? Where I will be doing kind of a walk and talk, similar to the walk and talk with Bố Già, but I'll be doing it with my former students or alumni of RMIT who I've taught. So today I have Ho Nam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey
So
guys.
he is a former digital film and video student, and he just graduated.
Yeah, I just graduated like 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's great to have you back.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't think I was worried that you weren't going to make it back
Yeah.
for your graduation.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Just so you guys know, before I even graduate, I have to relocate to the U.S. and things kind of went hard in the U.S. And I was talking to Khoa that maybe I couldn't make it back to Vietnam and graduate on time because I ran into some really big mess in America. But I'm glad that I'm here now, and I can be talking to you guys.
Yeah, what a wild journey. You probably, when you started the film program,
Uh-huh.
you didn't probably expect to relocate to the U.S., right?
Yes. Oh no, actually, I have like 5% in me knowing that we'll eventually come to America, but because this has been a situation for a lot of people. They file the application to immigrate into the U.S., but it takes way too long, to a point that it feels like it's impossible to uh, got granted a visa to come to America, because for me it took 20 years. So my
Whoa, your family,
yes,
20 years.
so my family filed for my application 20 years ago when I was around 2 or 3 years old. Something that I didn't have an opinion back then. I was only like 2 or 3 years old.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and actually, when I was in grade 10, which was like 6 years ago, uh, I think my mom did tell me that we might go, but I think it's because maybe the Donald Trump's admission, something like that.
Administration, right?
Yeah.
Him
And-
becoming president again, right?
Yeah, becoming president. No, it's the
Or
first
it's
time-
before the
it's
first.
the
Okay.
first time he became president. I
Okay.
think he was kind of strict with letting who
Immigration.
yeah, letting who come into the country. So that got delayed,
Okay.
and just by December 2023, we got that call. We got that, hey, welcome you guys. Let's go to America. And yeah, that's what happened. And that's even before I got to do the capstone project.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I told my family it's only going to be a 1 month trip for me. It's gonna be the whole relocation for them, but only 1 month for me because I have to come back
And make your film, right?
yeah, and make my film. There's no graduation if there's no film.
Yeah.
So it was a kind of a rather quick 1 month trip for me. And so I came back to do the capstone January something last year.
Okay. Which was 2024.
Or
Okay.
yeah, just last year. And I stayed for 6 months because that's the maximum amount of time that I can
Can
stay.
be out of the country,
Yeah,
right?
can be
While
out of
you've
the
got like a
country.
green card, right?
Yes. So that's my green card situation. And as soon as I done the graduation film, I came back to America and then start my internship, which was not like instant. It was not instantly. It's a long search, and it's quite tiring for me because I didn't know anything about the place I was living in. I live in Houston, Texas, which is not originally. Oh yeah, there's a.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay.
We might have said something that stopped the recording. That
Yeah. Okay, we won't be saying anything that's related to like STOP. So we yeah. So where should I pick it up?
So you went to America. You were
yeah,
looking for an internship, and it
yeah.
was really difficult because you didn't know the kind of the lay of the land in Houston, right?
Yes.
But you originally didn't intend to go to Houston,
Uh,
or
no, I basically didn't have any choice because my whole family was living there. The
okay,
aunt that was sponsoring us to live in America,
okay.
she lives in Houston, and we just came to America. We basically have nothing. We have no house. We had no cars. We had nothing. We didn't know anything. We didn't even know how to walk on the streets.
So it's like beginning from like square one for
Yes,
everything, right?
for everything.
Yeah. And how was that for you emotionally? I mean, it
It
was
was
probably exciting, but it was probably also like, oh man, what am I going to do next? How am I going to do my film career, right? Because that's what you studied.
yes,
You studied film.
yes. Uh, it was it was kind of interesting. There's a lot of emotion involved. Excitement is one, but I think excitement is just a small part of it. The biggest emotion that I had maybe was fear. A lot of fear. Yeah, because it would be different if it would have been different if I came to America when I was like 16 or 17 because I basically clean slate and I was ready to pursue anything that lay in front of me. But the problem is I was 22. Would have been worse if I was like 30 or something, but 22 is like a middle ground, and it was just very confusing because I was still discovering myself in Vietnam. I play music and I love filmmaking and kind of stuff. Those kind of stuff is pretty hard to pursue in America because in Vietnam the problem is already be you don't have the finance. You don't always have the stability to pursue art. So in America, a more advanced and more, money-oriented country, it's harder, and so I didn't know how. I didn't know how to navigate, and I just had these overthinking and observations of the economy, and I was just like so stressed out. Yes,
Yeah.
and
And no network, right? So
and
that's
no
the problem.
network. Yeah,
In film, like you got to be part of a network in order to get work.
yes, no navigation. Basically, yeah. So I had to talk with you. I had to like, why do you know anyone and stuff. And I did try to attend workshops on my own. And I feel like that's the starting point of me working in America. And because another problem is that I could start to attend workshops sooner, but the problem is my family who knows nothing about art, they think that I could just, get into some corporate company and
Just
start
to start
working,
earning and making
start
money,
earning,
right?
making money. So they
Yeah.
were really, they had these little advice that, yo, Nam, maybe you shouldn't work for free. Maybe you should get something, like they pay you, they look at your resume and they hire you, they pay you and stuff like that. And I was like, Mom, it's not gonna work. It's like they have to see the ability first before they, even want to pay you.
Like some
Especially,
kind of track record doing whatever that,
yes,
in that field, right? That you were going to get into.
yes, because I was sending out my resume, my portfolio, my show reels, and all of that stuff. But it's not the most effective way to make an impression.
Mm.
And I feel like sometimes people don't even look at it. They just want to know how it feels like to work with you, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's what
Hey, let's cross here. It's a bit dangerous.
okay.
Check this out. We're going to cross here. Hopefully we don't fall in. But we got to continue our walk.
Yay, two full-grown humans just walked. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like they have to know you before they want to pay you. I just it's also the impression I get even already being in Vietnam, working in Vietnam, like working for because I I already start working for free, doing freelance work, making connections in Vietnam right when I was only like first year or second year, and uh, I was really passionate, and I just want to get some real work, learning from the set, learning from RMIT, learning from you is one thing, but also I was always looking to get the real experience,
Industry experience, real world
industry experience.
exposure, right?
Yes, and that's where I learned about the truth about the how to get into the industry. It's mostly free work. It's mostly people knowing your face. People get the impression of working with you. It's only because of that that you get more work and you get tossed around and be in the industry basically.
Yeah, so as much as skilled as you are, it's about networking. It's about knowing people. It's
Yeah.
about making good impressions,
Yes.
and having like a track record of reliability.
Yes. And so um, so I think it's around like November last year. Uh, so I came to America for like I think around July last year, and I took like 4 to 5 months just to stabilize my mentality. Like get used to everything, find a
Get a car, right?
yeah, I got to get a car,
Learn how to drive, get a
get a
license, all the
license.
basic life things.
Yes, I think what's the most matter to me wherever I live is that I find a place, I find something in the city that I lived.
We'll continue this very romantic pathway,
Okay.
like going through the jungles.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I feel like wherever I live, I have to find some really personal kind of landscape or a little corner of the city for me to kind of feel like I'm living in that city. It's, for example, in Saigon, it's like small coffee shops that I always go to and stuff like that. And so the same thing for Houston and the whole America, right? And so it took like so long. Like, I mean, for other people, it might be fast, but I feel like I I I I, I had a really slow uh, adaptation to whatever America has to offer. And so,
so did you have a kind of feel as though you were missing out because your friends were back in Vietnam, they were probably progressing.
yeah,
Did you feel like, oh man, I'm missing out on what's happening back there, and it's so exciting, and film is still booming, and here I'm in Houston where it's not
in the middle of nowhere, like
yeah,
in the
it's
middle of
not
the
the
desert.
capital of the filmmaking world,
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, I definitely felt some FOMO going on, like fear of missing out. But I had this confidence of, because America is a really, really big land,
yeah,
and I, in a logical way, when you think about it, you will run into a lot of like opportunities, even bigger, way bigger than everything in Vietnam.
hmm
Vietnam is it's not even like 1/10 of America, and so I, although I was afraid of missing out, like I see my friends keep working in Vietnam. They are in their same dream team, and I'm here. I was there, all left out. But I do have this belief that eventually I will run into something big in America, because it was supposed to be the American dream. You go to America to get something big, right? Yeah, make some big money kind of thing. Chasing after the Hollywood dream.
yeah.
And I was constantly thinking about like California and Los Angeles, Hollywood, all that stuff. But living in Houston, Texas is still really far away, and I don't know. I didn't know how, but I knew that I will be there. I because I'm already in America, so why not take another like 1,500 miles to the place that it's all about filmmaking.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was nice because we were able to then, because I know that you had one class left
Yes.
to finish your degree, which was the internship course,
Yeah.
and which was very difficult to get placed,
Yeah.
especially
really
being in
difficult.
America with no network. And
No network. Yes.
fortunately, we were able to get you placed, which is very unique because you were able to do an internship in the U.S. with your
Yeah.
degree, which is, I think you're the first one to do an internship in the U.S. as part of the film degree.
Yeah. That was not really the internship that was officially placed was actually more remote work than the actual on-site work. But during that internship, my employer has advised me to, practice networking as a part of the internship too. So I'm actually networking beyond the working range of that company.
Yeah.
So that company was NPF, led by Phuc, also one of Hua's alumni. And he gave me his company business model is basically he's doing video production for real estate sales and stuff like that. And there were not a lot of projects happening, like on-site project happening at the time I was employed. At the time I was
Because
interning.
in America, it was kind of the end of the year, right?
The end of the year. So
Towards the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas.
yeah, and so there was not a lot of work, on-site work. So he gave me a lot of like remote work, editing work, and also developing ideas for his next commercial, for his next projects, kind of thing. So he and the thing is that Phuc knew that. Phuc understood that well. So he always trying to get me out and networking with some other people outside the company, just giving me a big portion of time during the employment to networking on my own time. And so I think that was great. And he gave me a lot of advice on how to connect with people and stuff like that. And I think the biggest lesson that I learned from him is that because he was not originally an immigrant when he was in America.
Okay. His path was different, right?
Yes, he was just an international student.
Okay.
But he managed to open a company in America, and that to me was impressive.
And get into, because I think he found like a niche business too, right?
Yeah. So he studied in RMIT, but then when he came to America, he studied another. I think it was a master degree in video production, and he knew that he only have like a few years in America because the visa only sponsor you so far. He came to America to study, and that's what he's just gonna do. He's not gonna stay to live and open a business. But then he managed to do that.
He kind of got into that field, right?
Yeah, got into that field and used his time really wisely to open the business, collecting resources, assemble a team in America. So he although his visa is like expired, he had to come back here, but he still had that team in America to work to develop that business for him. And to me, that was great. That was like, he's very resourceful. He uses time really wisely. He knows he has this one goal, and he jumps towards it. No bullshit kind of thing, no BS. And so I love that idea. I love that idea of, because he always tell me that then later on in life you're gonna start something. You're gonna join the economy. And to me, as an artist, that's a very fresh thing to hear, because as artists, we always think about making art. We don't really think about the position of the art in the society. and
make a living from it, right?
and make a living
becomes
from
a
it.
business.
Yeah.
You kind of sell yourself.
Yes. But then what folks said to me basically helped me to zoom out and to acknowledge art to be just like any other things, a part of the economy. People consume art, people make art and consume it, and it has to make money. There must be fun running into it, and it has to produce some money after it.
Yeah.
And that's how it has been part of the economy, because nothing in the economy works for free. There has to be money flows around it, and that's basically what Fook said to me. Only that one thing, like, you got to join the economy, and I just sat down and I think about this whole existential position of what I'm doing, and so yeah, that was great. And so that moment was when I officially felt excited. I put all the fear behind, and I feel excited because it's like a new mindset for me, and I'm ready to explore it. And so I went onto social media and I just to Google basically, and I just type in top video production house in Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, very.
Something really basic, which you should have
Something-
probably done from the start.
Yeah, yeah. I was just overthinking it the whole time, but yeah, that's basically what I did, and it came up a few names, not a lot of names because it's still Houston, but that is the perk of living in Houston, because you can only find a few best things. It's not like a lot of options for you to choose.
Yeah.
So you don't waste time in searching around. Whatever you search, you just gotta jump into it. And so that's what I did. One name came up. That production house was called Captive Creative, and it's a really big production house in Houston. They have this big studios. They have robot arms. They have XR walls, and it was led by this one guy, Justin Bowers. I basically found his info on the company website, and I just go straight into his Instagram account and text, "Hey, thinking about an internship, maybe I can help out," and something like that. And he was surprisingly friendly. He was really, he welcomes me. He's like, just come any day. I'm free anytime. I'm always at the studio. And that's what I did. It's like an hour drive from my home, but there's nothing else. So that's my only option. And so I went there, met Justin, and Justin kind of asked me all sort of questions about, like, what do you want to do? What do you want to become?
Was he surprised that you had just come from Vietnam, but your English was pretty good?
Yeah, that's with everybody basically. They just they just don't expect like immigrant to be so good at English, because in that studio there's also another intern, I guess, from Brazil, and he didn't know much, and he couldn't keep up with everybody, because Justin said that that guy needs to learn English on his own and then come back. And so I already got that advantage of knowing English so well. And also because learning in RMIT, so all of the codes in filmmaking, how they use like professional words, I already go through that, like
Filmmaking
action,
terms, right?
Filmmaking terms, action, pictures up, cut, and stuff like that, And so it was really smooth for me working with Justin, because Justin brought me onto a few sets. I was the PA of those sets, because basically Justin hasn't seen me doing anything. So the only position that I think these people would trust beginners, interns, is PA, right? It's PAing. They wouldn't trust PAs with like cameras or lights or expensive equipment and stuff like that. But yeah, PA, so PAing. And so I also learned the process in, during the course of digital film and video. And so everything was just right in front of me. All my knowledge already set up in my head, and I just need to apply that in. And I think the most important thing was not about how much I know, but about how quick I am to adapt to how people is working. Maybe we can turn off the voice control.
Yeah, if this happens one more time where Nam triggers off the camera, then we'll turn that function off.
Oh, yeah. Voice control have been
Yeah.
messing with us.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Old Dad Discovers.